Well, hello, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, children of adult age or more. Um, this is RWP, the Real World Prepper, and just wanted to come live really because I only had a few minutes and I didn't have time to make a video and do some edits and this, that, and the other. So I just kind of want to come live for a few minutes just to, I want to give a few shout outs and just some kudos to some people who have been in this little better than a year that I've been doing this channel. People that have been uh, influential in different ways in my life, helpful, uh, friendly. Hey, Lone Star, you're one of them I'm going to mention actually. Um, but anyway, I just wanted to say thank you. You rock too. I'm going to try and not answer the comments. I was told when I did my thing last night, which was again spur of the moment, I got a little off topic because I was trying to read comments and collect my thoughts. But look, first thing I wanted to show off is this shirt. You guys can see that. God bless you too, Rodney. And that's from Corsair Trainers. Here, let's take a look at the back of it. I don't know if you guys can see that. But Steve at Corsair Trainers sent that to me. And it just got me to thinking what I've been thinking. I've thought all along. The prepping community, in this community that is like-minded folks that are watching and that subscribe to this channel, and some of these others that you guys know that I'm subscribed to and that I'm friends with and or enjoy their content. There's just a lot of good people out here and people that have done nice things for me and been special in my life and been friends to me and have helped me and encouraged me all along the way. And so in no particular order, I want to just give a few shout outs to some people who have, and I'm going to say a little something about some of them. First of all, I want to start with Steve at Corsair Trainers because I just got this shirt in the mail today. Steve, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it a lot. Of course, Zombie Farmer, that is a very good friend of mine. We have become friends through this. As you guys know, we have met, we've hung out. Um, we went to Virginia together for the rally in Richmond back in January. He has him and his what's the word I'm looking for? His just the way he is, the way he is, the way he loves God, the way he loves his family, the way he loves his country, has definitely inspired me and has helped to grow my relationship with Christ. You know, and I had a relationship with Christ. I've had a relationship with Christ for many years. Was saved in 2005. I fail miserably every day. You know, at being a good steward of what the life that God has given me. But I try and be better every day, and that is my goal: is to be better and to be more Christ-like and to share that love. But Zombie Farmer has been very influential in that in my life and a good friend. So Zombie, thank you, buddy. Steve at Integrated Preparedness. You know, I know him as Craig, but uh, good content, good solid guy, a lot of life experience there. Awesome books that he's written, the Stone Light series. If you hadn't read it, I encourage you to check those out. Amazon, they're on Amazon, called the Stone Light series. It's 3 books, and he's working on his new series, which we'll kind of pick up where that one left off. Guns Coast to Coast, formerly Midwest Prepper. You guys know him. The snarky, smarmy, but real and trustworthy, I believe, channel. He used to be Midwest Prepper. It's now Guns Coast to Coast. Thank you so much for all your support and everything. Dangerous Freedom, you know, can't leave you off. North Country Off Grid, Chad, uh, you know, kind of new to the party in your camp and vice versa, but you've, hey, Rusty, hey, from Michigan, you're on this list too, Rusty. Um, JVIP, yep. And so anyway, Chad over there at North Country Off Grid, Modern Refugee, awesome channel. I like this guy. He lives the life. I mean, it's the real deal when I watch him. So let's see, Detroit Prepping, Roger. Support his effort. in his local race there in Detroit. He's trying to, forgive me, Detroit prepping, but I cannot remember what position it is you're seeking. But he's a candidate for change. Okay, Modern Refugee, there you are. I just mentioned you, buddy. Don't know if you saw that, but anyway, great channel, Modern Refugee. Detroit prepping also has some good um, thought-provoking things that he has to offer. I'd like to say hi and thanks to Alex, Disabled Vets Perspective. You're welcome, Modern. Alex is a good dude. He's obviously a veteran and disabled. A good guy, good solid guy. Got a good head on his shoulders. Had the pleasure of speaking with him a few times. I've got his number. I could call him right now. You know, several of these guys I can. Just another good guy. Survivor Metal Man. That's one. That's a good channel to check out. I like him on multiple levels. One, he's you know, a prepper, a survivalist. He has some good knowledge about things, and he's also into metal, which I like metal too. I like all kinds of music, but I'm definitely an old metalhead from the get-go, from the jump. I want to say something about Kyle at Survival Prepping for Normal People. Not one that I have a personal relationship with. John Hoochin, you're one too, buddy. But Kyle over at Survival Prepping for Normal People, smart guy, excellent commentary there. John Hoochin is, and I don't want to mix right now. I'm gonna say I'm talking about channels right now, but I'm talking about subs too. And shout out to you guys. But so we've got the Angry Canuck, you know, that Canadian fella that is angry, but he doesn't seem so angry. But he's a good guy, and his channel's growing. Virginia Prepper, good solid information from that guy. He does real good. You know, Kansas Prepper, although I don't get to talk to him really much anymore, but he definitely helped me get started, and I wanted to just say thanks to Kansas about that. As far as subs, now I'm going to leave out a bunch of people, and this is not on purpose, okay? I just kind of went through and noted some folks that I can think of. What's up, Detroit? Just mentioned you, buddy. I just want to mention some of these subscribers who have been, I don't know, in my opinion, have that I can think of. And again, this is not an all-inclusive list, so don't feel bad if your name's not on here, okay? JVIP, am I from Texas? I'm not. I am in Tennessee. But John Hoochin worried about the dollar. Yeah, you know, yeah, we could talk about that. But anyway, so subs, some subscribers. First, I want to mention KKR. And I don't know if you're on here, Miss KKR, but KKR has done so much for me and Mrs. RWP and little RWP. There you are. And I just, you have been a real blessing in our lives, and I hope you know that. I hope I've expressed that enough to you, and if I haven't, let this be the expression. You have truly been an inspiration in our lives, and been a blessing in our lives, and your care and concern and thoughtfulness does not go unnoticed, and I appreciate you very, very, very much. Laurie K, who actually now her handle is Rebel Girl 7, but Laurie K has been there from the get-go, and as well, and she's always been what's the word I'm looking for? You know, what am I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of. You know, she's been thank you, KKR. She's been very inspiring, I'll say that. Wolf Stonehenge, my man Wolf Stonehenge, you know, I love his hardcore comments, but also makes a lot of sense with some of the stuff he says. Matthew Manley, you're awesome. Billy Ray, J Glock 40. I've had the pleasure of meeting him in person a few times, talking to him. He's a great guy, super guy. J Glock 40. James M, Steve A, Big Papa, who's actually relatively local to my area. Pancho Villa up there in New York City. Pancho Villa, he's been with me since I was in the 200s in the sub count. So It's been a long time. T Led Zepp Girl, Barbara T, Gadget Cat, John Hoochin. Like I say, I was going to mention you. You're on here, John. Thanks, buddy. Always there. Always with sometimes funny comments, but always with the resolve that is apparent and comes through. The resolve for freedom and preserving what's right and knowing what to do and being ready to go. I love that about you. All Smiles. I cannot leave All Smiles out. She's been also an inspiration. With advice about different things at times, with the chicken raising and this kind of thing, and just really an inspiration. See you, JVIP. Sorry. Mark, Mark, I apologize. And Mark, I don't know if you meow or to say, there you go. That's what I'm talking about, John. That's what I'm talking about. And Zombie Stud, and yeah, I love it. That's great. Mark Strachan or Strachan, I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name, but you also have been great. Mark, if you are here or if you end up watching this, thanks, Wolf. Mark, by the way, if you didn't get the comment that I left on some other thread in the back, a few videos back, I did finally get your message. I saw your correspondence in the mail, and I saw where it was postmarked February 21st, and of course it was 3 weeks later or whenever when I got it. So I did get it. I'm looking into that. I think we have a local source now that I know about it. Thank you so much for your help on that, Mark. Lone Star Prep, like I say, you're here. And I wanted to mention you as well. You've been here a long time. I appreciate it. Patriot Preacher, R. Heidemann, Free and Easy, Thomas Flynn, Working Man's Dead 44, Old Devil Dog, Polar Cup Check, if I'm saying that right. And look, that's just to name a few. Like I said, I just want to say I appreciate you guys. There are definitely times in doing this. When I struck out to do this, start this channel, I had ideas about what I was going to do, and as I've stated before, I felt directed. I felt directed to do this, frankly, because I felt like God was directing me to share the message of preparedness and share the message of Christ. And thank you. So that's why I got started. But you really don't know what I didn't anyway. I didn't know what really I was going to do. I was going to talk about prep, and I was going to talk about this and that. My earlier videos are a lot different than some of my later videos. And so I don't really have a formula or a format or anything that I try and follow. I just try and share things that are real about me with you guys. And I like your feedback because I think it helps us all to grow in knowledge, to grow in frankly in friendship and solidarity. And so it's been a wild, interesting ride. And there have been times, there you are, Working Mans, I just shouted you out. I don't know if you heard that or not, but for being here, for being with me. But what this has done, and you too, Survivor Metal Man, that's right. Stay the course, keep the faith, not to take Zombie's catch line there, but you guys have definitely been an inspiration. There have been times throughout this journey for me where I have wanted to hang it up and quit, for a multitude of reasons, mostly because of insecurities within myself at times. I feel like for the most part, I'm a pretty secure guy. I know what I got to do, and I do it, but appreciate you too, Darth Moonslayer. I do. I really do. But there have been times when I wanted to just stop. I've thought, I don't have time for this. This is not as important as real life that goes on in the real world as I am the real world prepper, as I say, And then I'm reminded either by one of you guys' comments or a letter that I get in my P.O. box or an email that I get at my email address, or a lot of times it's Mrs. RWP bringing to my attention the importance that this thing has become, that this thing carries. Excuse me. And I don't mean just me. I mean me being a part of something that is hopefully helping other people. Because from the get-go, that's what I wanted to do. I always said from the very get-go, and if you go back and look at my very first or second video, you will say, or you will hear me say, if this helps one person, then it will have been worth it. And that is truly how I still believe. And Mrs. RWP does a fine job of keeping me back on, getting me back on track when I try and get off or want to get off. It reminds me that this channel now, and this really what we all do. These channels that I've mentioned, and others like it that are good channels bringing quality information and just being real. Yeah, iron sharpens iron, and that's exactly it. And that's what I wanted to kind of get to, Patriot Preacher. And you got mentioned here a minute ago too. Um, Mrs. RWP reminds me that it's bigger than me, that it's bigger than all of us. That it is about this friendship. It is about this solidarity. It is about being able to communicate for as long as we are able to communicate in ways so that we can understand things and hear things that maybe we're not going to get elsewhere. Mainstream's not going to talk about some of the stuff we talk about. Certainly not going to talk about some of the aspects of what we talk about, or in the same vernacular. They're going to pitch it the way they want to pitch it, and so we get a chance here to have real talk. And you guys have just been great, been an inspiration. Again, we are all one. Again, I want to say thanks to Corsair. I want to pat Peppers on the back. Congrats. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that, John. But anyway, that is it. I just wanted to jump on here quick and just tell you guys thank you. Second Amendment. That's right. Second Amendment. Look, God, family, country. With God, we know what that is. That is a personal relationship with Jesus Christ and sharing Jesus Christ with other people, with the world, with the unsaved, with whoever is in our path that God puts in our path to share that with. I've mentioned before the guy that I work with who is a hardcore liberal, right? Many of you have heard me talk about him. There have been, I'm not going to say breakthroughs, but there have been some little moments of I see the work going on there. I see God doing something. And so I realize, that this is awesome. This is opportunity. This is empowering me to be able to be more of a light, in the world. And so it's just a great thing. And I appreciate you guys when I've been down being with me. And I appreciate you guys when I've been, flippant being with me, and everything in between. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys. But that is really all I wanted to say. I went live to do it again because I just didn't have time to cut a video. I had an idea. I was going to do some cuts, this, that, and the other, and do my intro and all that stuff. And I'm not going to do that. Nicholas Napier, you're another one. I didn't mention you, but I'm mentioning you now. Nicholas Napier, you're on that list too of people that I really appreciate that have been an inspiration to me. And I want to read your comment here, where he speaks to us right through nature, right to the things right in front of this, gives ears to hear and eyes to see, a different kind of, like the American Indian, that kind of connection. I think I get what you're saying there. But anyway, that's it. You guys make this possible, and I appreciate it. I want to remind everybody, if you want to correspond, email, it's in my about section. If you want to correspond, snail mail, I've got a P.O. box also in my about section. Just a shameless plug here. I do have a Patreon channel. If you want to go support that, do it. If not, it's not a big deal, okay? But it is also in my about section. Thanks for everything, guys. Seriously, you guys have been supportive in so many ways, encouraging in so many ways. Happy St. Patrick's Day. That's right. In God we trust. I love doing this, and I love that you guys are here with me on this journey. If I don't ever get to meet some of you guys, I'll stay hardcore John Hochin and alert. If I don't get to meet some of you guys and gals on this side of heaven, I will definitely see you guys on the other side. And stay alert, stay prepared. This thing that's going on with this virus, keep your eyes on it, for the sake of the virus, one, but for the sake of what actions will be taken. This is a good reason as to why we should prep right now. This is a good example as to why we should have these things put up and prepared, and be prepared mentally, physically, spiritually, physically, if I didn't already say that. North Country, what's up, buddy? I mentioned you, Chad. Zombie Farmer, keep the faith, brother. That's what I'm doing, man. I just wanted to share a little love back with you guys who have shared it with me and have been encouraging. So really, with that, I don't know. I guess if you guys want to for a minute, um, John Hoochen, if you guys want to, any questions you got or anything you want to throw out, I'll see if I can answer, or we can talk for a second. I've got just a couple more minutes here, and then I'm going to jump off. Like I say, I did my shout out, what I wanted to do, let you guys know how much I appreciate some of these channels and many of you guys that are subscribed to me. Yeah, Chad, we got the chickens. They're, excuse me, they're in here. I would move this camera, but it would start buffering. This phone rather. It would start buffering, but they're right on the other side of this wall in their little brooding box or whatever. We got 8 of them, and they're under a heat lamp, and they have gotten big in the 10 days or so that we've had them. Working Man's Dead 44, there you are. Yeah, by the way, I'm seeing some of you guys talk about what's going on in your areas. Yeah, alternatives to cash is your message, and it should be. My wife is a waitress, and of course they announced today, her boss, that they're going to go to takeout only. That is going to hurt. That is going to hurt. That is going to be a big deal. My company also mentioned that based on what the Senate decides on in this debate that I believe was going on today about the Paid Family Leave Act, that they may close us. I'm not sure how any of this is going to pan out. I know that with my wife, I mean, she relies on tips. She's not gonna. I mean, she's not gonna make it on takeout. Not to mention, she wouldn't even be at work to do takeout. KKR, you might be invited over for scrambled egg dinner because my chickens are going to be laying hens to start off with. So, and back to you, Chad, North Country. I got my coop ready. I've just got to get the wire put on. The weather has been. This is actually kind of a nice day today, but or a relatively nice day today. But we've had so much rain, I haven't had a chance to get back down there. It's so sloppy down there and in the back of the property where the coops are, and but I've got about 3 weeks for the chickens to keep raising in this brooding box, whatever you call it. But yeah, so all these places shutting down. It's and again, like I say, this directly affects, well, it directly affects all of us, but it's affecting, me right now personally, because again, my wife, she brings a lot to the table with what she does, and it's going to hurt for her to not make money, to not really even be able to go to work. And I don't know how long that's going to last. And then, even if it only lasts 2, 3, 4 weeks, whatever it is, and it comes back, I mean, how will it come back? Will it come back? We're hoping, we're praying for the best. We're praying for the best outcome. We're praying that God's going to continue to provide. Another thing that adds insult to injury is her transmission went out in her 16-year-old car last week, and so I had to go buy a car. So we bought a used car, but we bought a 2016 old Ford Escape, because she had to have a car. I mean, she carries little RWP around, and they do a bunch. I mean, that's obviously we have to have cars. So like I say, we were already kind of going through our budget and figuring out how we're going to pay for this car that we weren't planning on buying. And then today, her boss announced, well, starting tomorrow, we're going to takeout only. They tried something today in the restaurant doing opening every other table for the social distancing thing, but they decided later on in the day when they had basically 0 customers that they were going to carry out only in her restaurant, or take out only. So we'll see how all that washes. I'm not worried about it. When I say I'm not worried about it, I know that God is in control. Okay, let me put it to you that way. So I love Lucy. That's a funny show, KKR. We used to watch it when I was a kid, and I've actually turned little RWP onto it, as well as some other old shows. Look here, Corsair. I started off with this to shout out a thanks to you for this awesome shirt. Got it today. Corsair Trainers. If you guys haven't checked him out, go. Yeah, it is a nice shirt. Go check him out. But so anyway, everybody stay safe. Everybody, stay clean, stay safe, stay prepared. Be ready. I always say my goal is to be able to. I say my goal. My idea of preparedness is if I can go in the house and shut the doors behind me and not come back out, how long can I sustain myself and my family? And we're in pretty decent shape. Now obviously there's a limit, there's a cap. But whatever's coming down the pike, hopefully there'll be time to reevaluate the situation, if not a reset of some sort, to get things back going. But we're in good position for a good while. So, listen, be praying for this situation. Pray for our country. Pray for our leaders. Pray for each other, and just show love to one another. And I love you guys, and I appreciate it. And I'm going to sign off now. Yeah, God will provide, and that's right. You're right, and that's why I'm not worried in that regard, because I know that God will provide. He has provided. He will continue to provide. He won't give us. That's right, Wolf. He won't give us any more than what we can handle, and I know that. And it just makes us stronger, and it grows us in our relationship and our walk with Christ. It grows us in our resolve. It does me anyway, and I hope that it does it for you guys too. So to everybody here and to everybody that may look at this later, I want to say thanks again for making the Real World Prepper what it is, and for keeping me inspired and giving me inspiration and advice and just everything you guys have done. This has been a very interesting experience, and I appreciate it. So listen, from me, the Real World Prepper, to you guys, all of you, thank you so much. Love you guys. I will talk to you again soon. Thanks a bunch. Bye-bye, everybody.